If I told you the biggest game in the world almost never made it out of development hell? Fortnite wasn't just a battle royale. It was a battle to even exist. This is the full story of Fortnite, from its forgotten origins to world domination, to the moment it started slipping away. Whether you played in Chapter 1 or rage quit in Chapter 4, there's more to this game than you've heard. So buckle up, because we're diving into the wild rise and rocky fall of Fortnite. Yeah, it gets weird. Fortnite didn't start as the game you know. In fact, it started as something completely different. After the success of Gears of War, Epic Games began tinkering with a side project back in 2011, a mix of Minecraft's creativity and Left 4 Dead's zombie survival. But progress was slow. Developers left, budgets shrank, and Fortnite became known internally as that cursed project. It was nearly scrapped multiple times. Just imagine, no tilted towers, no floss dance, no 90s. A world without 9-year-olds screaming "crank 90s bro" on their mic? Peaceful, yet terrifying. But against the odds, Epic kept it alive. They quietly released Fortnite, Save the World in 2017, a PvE zombie defense game. It flopped. Hard. But then, everything changed. One move, one tiny experiment, would redefine gaming history forever. September 2017. Epic releases Fortnite Battle Royale, a 100-player free-for-all inspired by PUBG. It wasn't original. It wasn't expected to work. But what Epic did do was make it fast, free, and fun. The building mechanic gave Fortnite an identity. And the cartoony graphics? A Trojan horse. It made the game accessible to everyone, even kids. Especially kids. When you see a piñata in a war zone, you know it's not your average shooter. Within 2 months, Fortnite exploded, crossing 20 million players. Twitch, YouTube, school playgrounds, even celebrities. Drake played with Ninja. Travis Scott held a concert in-game. It became more than a game. It became a culture. But as fast as it rose, the cracks started forming beneath the surface. By 2018, Fortnite was everywhere. It earned over $2.4 billion in a single year, more than any game in history. Skins became status symbols. Kids begged for V-Bucks instead of birthday gifts. Fortnite's success was driven by constant innovation. Weekly updates, new weapons, limited time modes, even Avengers and Star Wars collabs. Fortnite wasn't just keeping up with the internet, it was the internet. Somewhere in a boardroom. Yeah, let's give Thanos a shotgun, that's balanced. But constant content came at a cost. Developers worked brutal hours, players burned out, and the pressure to always one-up the last season became unsustainable. And then came Chapter 2, a hard reset that didn't land how Epic hoped. And then came Chapter 2, a hard reset that didn't land how Epic hoped. Chapter 2 looked great on paper, a new map, streamlined gameplay. But for many fans, the magic was fading. Updates slowed, player creativity felt limited, and most importantly, momentum was lost. Meanwhile, competitors like Warzone and Apex Legends entered the arena with their own spin. Fortnite was no longer the only show in town, and controversies piled up. Lawsuits with Apple, accusations of copying artists, and growing backlash over predatory microtransactions. Remember when they sold a banana in a suit for $20? Yeah, peak gaming. Even longtime creators stepped back. It wasn't just a game anymore. It was a marketing machine, and fans felt that shift. So how did Fortnite bounce back? And is it truly back, or just surviving? Fortnite didn't die. It evolved. Creative 2.0 launched, letting players build entire games inside Fortnite. Unreal Editor integration, concerts, roleplay, horror maps. It stopped being a shooter and became a platform. Today, Fortnite is still pulling in millions of players, but it's not the same beast. The core fan base, older, the gameplay, secondary, the ambition, bigger than ever. They don't want a game anymore. They want the metaverse. Love it or hate it, Fortnite changed gaming forever. It proved that a game could be alive, constantly shifting, growing, reacting. It made games an event, a culture, a lifestyle. So, what can we learn from Fortnite's story? That risk builds legends. That trends fade, but innovation survives. And that sometimes, the weirdest ideas make the biggest waves. If you thought Fortnite's journey was wild, wait till you see how Rockstar turned a crime game into the biggest entertainment product of all time. Click here to watch my full breakdown of GTA 5's history, from chaos to cash cows. Trust me, you'll never look at it the same again. This is Gaming Hub. Stay curious, stay legendary, and never stop building.